This was a major mistake that'll have to be filled in and fixed. Sorry to our landlord. All right, everybody, welcome to our first YouTube video, long format. It's a new thing I'm trying, so everybody subscribe and go easy on me. I wanted to show a quick video on building this cat tower, and it's kind of turning into a cat wall at this point. As you can see, Lotka up there, we call her Lottie. She loved the construction process. You'll see Lox too in a bit. I just kind of wanted to extend this because they love the cattic, is what we call it, the spot above the closet. And I just felt like they wanted more. So I got a bowl that connects to the wall. You'll see in a bit. At first I struggled with figuring out how exactly to extend, and decided the best path forward would be adding another platform, similar to the one to the left that you see Lotka sitting on. And that step was pretty easy. And that's the bowl I was talking about. Deciding on a height, honestly, there wasn't much to it. Just kind of decided to center it horizontally and vertically. You can see Lotka looking out the window. The reason why I'm doing this, obviously, is for enrichment. They love climbing, they love scratching. At the end of the day, we just want to have a good environment for them. We want them to have fun. You know, they're in here all day, every day, obviously. So it's a good idea to look out for them. It needed a step. Just kind of eyeballed everything, which probably wasn't the best way to go in hindsight. But at first, as you saw in the teaser, I drilled a hole that was incorrect. I think in the beginning, we figured that the step needed to be a lot closer to the platform than it actually needed to be. So there was a kind of a big gap between the step and the bowl. And so that's why we had to move the step to the right a little bit. And you gotta cover that hole up now. As you can see, Lox has entered the chat, came up to see what was going on. He likes construction as well, but not when the drill starts. He'll run away. All right, this is me trying to get the bowl up. As you can see, I'm balancing it on my head. This whole project was honestly difficult. Any type of construction in New York is difficult, I feel like, in the city, because there's just nowhere to cut things. I'm standing on a stool right now because obviously I don't have room for a ladder, and space and tools are limited. So you just have to make do with what you got. Right here, I'm just measuring out. Measuring the bowl was actually really tricky because there's 4 screws and it's not like even oval shape, like the part that screws into the wall. So I had to make sure it was level before I took a pencil and marked all the screw holes. So that's why it's taken me a while. And again, I'm doing a balancing act on the stool, which made it more difficult. Lox and Lottie are back, hanging out in the attic. As you can see, this took a long time. I feel like every project you think is going to be short, and then that's not the case. But this one was well worth it. I think they were actually excited to start using it. That's why they were up there. There I am again, balancing it on my head, trying to get everything level. And obviously, it's hard to tell from the video, but that thing is huge. It sticks out from the wall quite a ways, and it's heavy. So I was really worried about the screws. They came with those plastic anchors, just the standard ones, and I used those, but then later on I actually had to switch to something more durable and strong because they were already coming out of the wall. And Lox is 12 pounds and Lottie's 9 pounds, and even then, maybe it's something to do with old sheetrock. Our building was built in 1908, so that might have something to do with it, but the regular anchors just weren't enough, so I had to upgrade. And now it's complete. I got the step and the bowl up there, and you can see I'm putting some treats in the bowl just to get Lox comfortable. It was kind of funny. I feel like they were hesitant to step into the bowl because it's clear and you can see all the way to the floor. So it just took a while for them to get used to. You can see Lox, he'll barely even step up there. And then another thing to note, if you decide to purchase this, it's Fukumaru, and that step is a little too small. You can see that Lox is trying to balance on it right there. Maybe I'll make another video of the modifications that I had to do, but basically they were both up there a lot, and it's really important to have an entry and an exit for everything that you build on the wall, kind of like the cat highway that I was talking about. But we eventually had to get rid of this step and then put another platform. So those 2 platforms that you see above the closet, we had to add a third above the door, take away the step. That way they had more room, and then there's still not a perfect entry and exit, but the platforms just give them so much space up there that it's really not too big of a deal. But just something to keep in mind if you get this set. And there he is, he's finally getting comfortable stepping in. This video took me a while to get up. As you can see, the Christmas tree is still in there. We took that down and redecorated. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to see the new decorations. That video is coming soon. I think you're really gonna like it. And there you go, that's the cat wall.